Wonderful places to visit in Norway is the focus of this video, and I'll be sharing with you some of my favourites. Plus, at the end of the video, I'll be sharing with you a very special, it's not a place, but it's a phenomenon which you really want to see if you travel to northern Norway during the summer months. So we are going to start off with the first stop on a cruise which I was kind of invited to by Viking, and I sailed a portion of their Into the Midnight Sun itinerary last year, which was incredible. So our first stop was Tromsø, and Tromsø is considered to be the gateway to the Arctic, and it's actually Norway's most northerly city. This is the harbour in Tromsø, and in the distance you can see the iconic Arctic Cathedral. There's actually a floating sauna in the harbour, which you can see here. Tromsø boasts the largest concentration of wooden houses in northern Norway. And here are just a few scenes from around the city centre. We took a husky trek excursion just outside of Tromsø, and here is our lovely little husky, and her name is Bjork. My friend and I were harnessed around the waist, and then Bjork took us for a little walk. On the trek, we had a lovely viewpoint looking back to Tromsø. Then we headed back and had chance to take a look at the little husky puppies, which were just so cute. The next place which I recommend you visit is the Lofoten Islands. I've never visited anywhere quite like them. They are an archipelago of islands, and there are 5 main ones. The Lofoten Islands stretch for 118 miles into the Norwegian Sea from Norway's coast, and we got a coach from the port and drove through several of the islands and quaint fishing villages. This is the lovely fishing village of Henningsvær with its colourful buildings. Whilst we were in the Lofoten Islands, we went on an incredible sea eagle safari, and we were fitted out with a protective waterproof suit and watched as fish were thrown into the sea to attract the birds. They're actually white-tailed sea eagles, and we saw quite a few of them. Now, I'm really not an adrenaline junkie at all, but I really loved the excursion, being out in a high-speed rib. Here you can actually see salmon jumping in and out of the water. The next place I recommend you visit when you visit Norway is Geiranger, and that's where I saw my first ever fjord. What an incredible experience. We actually went on a walk, a Nordic hike, which was really good fun. Hard work, but really enjoyable, and we saw lots of waterfalls. I loved this building with its green roof. In the afternoon, we went kayaking. I'd never done this before, and yeah, it was just so beautiful and so quiet and serene on a kayak in the fjord. Now on to Bergen, which is such a beautiful city. Bergen is the second largest city in Norway after the national capital of Oslo. This is Bryggen, which is the city's historic harbour district, and it's notable for the picturesque wooden buildings which line the waterfront. Now, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned something really special which you really want to make sure you see if you travel to northern Norway in the summer months, and that's the midnight sun. Now, I'd never heard of the midnight sun before I was booked to go on to this trip, and then I did some research, and yeah, the whole trip was worth it just to see the midnight suns. So the midnight sun is a natural phenomenon which occurs during the summer months north of the Arctic Circle, and basically the sun stays out all night, and it was incredible. So if you travel to northern Norway during the summer months, make sure that you spend some time awake at night and see the special midnight sun. So if you would like to visit Norway, one of the best ways of doing it is via a cruise, and every morning you wake up somewhere different. So the itinerary I went on was called Into the Midnight Sun, which is what Viking offer during the summer months. I'll put a link to it below, and I'll also link now on the screen and below to a video where I give you a tour around the Viking Mars, which is a ship which I sailed on.